time.
You got pity for you.
I love that. I did not.
I washed my hair, so I was like, I'm not gonna look like a bridge troll today.
I like the straight though. Like it's giving Brittany.
You know what though? I think that it's, I don't know. Joe says he can see like a fine difference between the two of them. I actually, now that I'm looking at it right here, I think I need to get retoned. The bottoms are like,
You mean between the extensions and your real hair? You can
yeah,
tell.
it doesn't look like it's blending as good as it did. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It looks great on camera.
Yeah, on camera it's fine. But Joe, I don't know if it's because he knows that I have extensions or if he's just saying it. But he's like, I can like see where the extensions start and your hair starts, like when it's straight. And I'm like
not the actual like beads, but like just that it's a different.
Yeah,
color.
they're just like that. It's the extension,
and that's a lot easier to hide when your hair is curled.
Yeah, so that's why that's why I've been like kind of defaulting to curled.
Yeah,
but I would like
that
to do it straight because it does take me more time
to curl it. Yeah, because the extensions just stay straight.
It takes a long time to blow dry.
I know.
Like today, I took a shower and then I let it dry for like probably 45 minutes, just like air dry, and then it took probably like 30 minutes to dry.
Damn, that's a long time.
Like, that's why I had to get rid of them because I just like could not. Like it would take like a freaking hour to blow dry every single time.
That's crazy.
But I think it's worse with tape-ins because like it's like glue in between, so it would almost feel like that part would get wet too and stay more wet, and then you'd have to like really blow dry that part.
Yeah, like I have to blow dry the root of it like quite a bit more. Like I like blow dry the roots and then I'm able to like blow out the rest of it much quicker. But it's like getting that root like in almost like 3 or 4 inches really dry before.
Does Joe or you like notice a difference of like touching your hair?
No, I don't think he really does.
I remember when I had a boyfriend when I had them in high school, I was like, don't touch my hair. Like, do not pull it. Like, that's not my real hair.
Well, high school boys are always, they don't know how to show that they like you, so they just pull your hair and shit.
That's true. My office was like smelling like shit. That's why I like took a second because I was like, did the dogs literally take a shit in here? But I don't see anything.
That's so weird.
And I checked both of their butts and they're fine.
I hate mystery smells in your house and you don't know what it is.
It's horrible. Did I tell you guys about that one time we left an old salmon patty that was like under our couch for like a month?
Under your couch?
We could not find it. Was like the worst smell ever, like so fishy, and we don't really eat fish because I don't like fish.
Yeah.
And like could not find it anywhere for like a whole month, and then we moved our couch one day and it was like it slid off one of their like bowls.
Sounds like a hate crime.
It's disgusting.
It was horrible. Like so
I would literally die.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Oh, that is like really gross.
I even like I think because our house is so open, smells just travel so easily, which I like love, but I'm like I think so my sister's like redoing her kitchen too, and she got this like industrial fan where the people were like, what are you making? Like, why do you need this fan?
Like above the oven? Or
yeah,
like
but it's
ceiling fan.
You know, there's a lot of fans that don't do anything because they like don't actually go anywhere.
Yeah.
They got a fan installed where it like actually takes the smell outside.
Oh, so like sucks it up.
Yeah, I think it like actually sucks it up, but it's like industrial level. And the guy installing was like, what are you guys cooking? Like, why do you need this? And she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know why she needed it, but or like if there was other options. But I'm kind of like, I want to do that because our kitchen just like we make broccoli or like I make broccoli and Brussels sprouts and it like lasts for 2 days. And I'm like,
broccoli's
why?
The worst.
Like I really want to heat up broccoli, but like his Joe's friends are coming today, like after golfing, for the whole weekend. And I'm like, I don't want them to like smell like everything to smell like broccoli.
But you gotta make them some of your perfect broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, but it still like makes the house smell. Like when you come back, it's like
you just agree. I really don't know how to fix that. So would the fan fix even if something was like in the oven rather than cooking it on the stove?
I don't really know because I was thinking the same thing. I feel like it might help because it could just like suck all of the air and the smells like just from the kitchen.
Maybe just put a molecule. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Would that
like,
help
in
though?
the kitchen?
Does that
I
like
don't know.
Supposed
take away
to.
smells?
An air filter thing is supposed to help. Yeah.
But also like even if our trash like because obviously we use like Rosie's fruit is raw, and if I like use any produce and it's like in the trash can, if we don't take it out within like a day and a half, like it smells like trash in the house, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Also, when you put produce in the trash can, that smells so bad when it starts going bad.
Yeah,
I wonder
it goes
if
bad
having
quickly.
Yeah,
what are those things called that you put on the counter and you like
a compost?
Oh,
is that more like sealed where it would?
Maybe.
I feel like that would smell.
Yeah, almost. You think
I know. I've
more.
like kind of wondered that actually. Now that you say that, I'm like, maybe I was just like more immune to it before. But yeah, I think just between like the produce and Rosie's dog food, like it just goes bad. And then just because of the like, there's so much space for the air to go to that it's like makes
just
it not smell good
all through your house.
Yeah.
My thing is, I hate the food that lands in like the catcher thing in the sink that you then need to.
Yeah, I don't
out.
have one of
I
those
hate
now.
that so much. It's
I
so
hate.
Do you have a
those
garbage disposal
things.
still, or no?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys
You have
use
like
that?
the double sink where like one side, which I
uh-huh.
don't understand the purpose of those. I think they're so gross when the food gets in there.
I don't know if that was the only option at IKEA because we just did the IKEA one. I feel like they would have a full sink though. I don't know why we didn't do that. Because that's
I
way
do like
better.
having like just a massive sink. My dad has one, and it's just like it makes it so much easier to do dishes and like
yeah, I agree.
Separate things out.
But you're technically not supposed to put like anything down the garbage disposal. But like back in the day, I would definitely be like just everything.
I still, if I get lazy, I do. Like I try to put. You're not supposed to put pasta or like especially spaghetti or rice. And sometimes when I'm lazy, I do. Yeah, but I think you can put you can put stuff in it.
You're not supposed to.
I saw a plumber be like, "You're really not supposed to."
Yeah.
I didn't care when I was renting houses because I'm like, "That's not my problem."
But what's the point of it then? Like that's what pisses me off. How like
you
can't flush tampons and you can't put anything in a garbage disposal. That's what it's for. Like
it's supposed to like just be able to break down like any accidental food that gets down there, not like intentionally putting down like all of your like carrot scraps and stuff.
Then I need to know the future president's plan for making garbage disposals that actually dispose of garbage. Like what the fuck? People put like limes and lemons and stuff.
Yeah, to smell good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because it's not like a blender. Like a blender, like how long you and
has
how
like the
fast
multiple blades.
Yeah, how much the blade goes. So it's able to like actually break down stuff like in a blender, but like in a garbage disposal, it's just meant to kind of break it up because you don't really want to leave your garbage disposal running for like 30 minutes.
No.
So, and then it goes down like a really small tube. Like the tube that is out of the garbage disposal is like really tiny.
That makes sense too, because how often do you replace like the blades on a garbage disposal?
Yeah. Or clean it out to begin with.
Ew.
Never.
Did you
used to throw your tampons in the toilet?
You
still do?
Sometimes.
I used to my whole life.
But I only cared because when we had like a sump pump, our own like
what is that?
Or our own sewer tank. Or something.
Oh, like what I have.
Where like not a sump pump. I think most people have a sump pump. We had like our own sewer thing.
You say the most obscure things that is like everyone has this. I've never heard of that in my life. A septic tank?
A septic tank. Thank you. Okay. Septic tank. You have a septic tank?
Yeah, and we never had that. And I don't know if that's really an Arizona thing whatsoever. Oh, my cousin does have one actually because she told us.
I think older houses have them.
Yeah, but I've always lived like my house growing up is an old house technically, but I guess maybe people just redo it.
Yeah,
this is another thing I will be asking my father about because I'm very perplexed. I thought septic tanks were only like in the country houses, not even really country, just not like in city.
I mean, our house now technically is outside of city range, and
that might make sense then.
Very much like
because that's why we had one in our like other house.
One of my friends, she had a well growing up, and I was like, what? Like you literally.
There's
like,
a lot of people in
up.
Michigan who had wells and it wasn't like, you know, it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
exactly
she was like, it's not like in the movies. Like it doesn't have a bucket and like you wind it down. It's not like that.
Then what is it for?
I think just making your own water, getting your own water from your own land. No idea.
Interesting.
I think it's because you're not on like a main water line.
Yeah. So then you don't have to pay water bills?
I don't know.
We're so educated.
These are like homeowner things though that like they're not taught.
Why don't they have home ec still? And home ec just be including homeowner things, tax things.
Yeah.
Home ec was like only about like sewing and
stupid
cooking.
Include that too, though. I would like. I didn't have that. I mean, I took culinary, but we didn't have a home ec class.
I didn't have that either. I mean, I think you could take it in high school if you wanted to, but why would you?
I feel like you would want to. That sounds fun.
It should be a required, at least college class of like.
Yeah. I don't even
how
think
to
that's
maintain a home, how to be an adult. Like these are seriously, there should be a course. This is what you need to do when you're an adult. Like
there's all of those like gen ed courses that like really don't always apply to everything. Like everyone has to take like an economics course, which like yes, that would be helpful, but I feel like most of the time it's very like applied things instead of, or like what is it, theoretical stuff versus like how it's applying to real world things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention in that class. I just got through it.
Yeah.
But I do remember it's just like a bunch of graphs and stuff. And I'm like, well, how does this apply to real world things?
Yeah. It's so like obscure, like way too big picture for me to.
Yeah.
I feel like we have so much stuff to talk about and we're talking about garbage.
We have a lot.
I have a whole list.
Oh, good.
It's been a long time since we've talked. Like 2 weeks. I was depressed last week. I was like, I didn't even get to talk to my friends. I know. I was like, great, I'm on my period. I have no social life. My one social thing I don't have this week.
Sad. I know.
It was really sad.
I was really happy when I didn't realize we were talking today. And I was
Me either. I thought it was, but then I was like, I don't have any podcast episode to edit for Tuesday, so hopefully.
So we gotta be talking.
So hopefully we're talking.
I don't know why. I think it's from, remember when I told you, Britt, that like I got that notification that you denied like every single calendar request like a few months ago, and you were like, oh, I think it's just like it just showed up that way or something, or you wanted it on a different calendar maybe or something like that. I don't know, but I think that's why it maybe is not
because I really
calendar.
like them on my calendar. It like helps me a lot.
Maybe it was a glitch or something because it was literally like all at once. Like Brittany denied, Brittany denied, Brittany denied.
Yeah, I don't
know. But I put it
I'll
in
flip them
the
to
weekly thing.
My personal email, not my personal, but like Brittany at BVA instead of info. But they'll still show up.
Okay. Okay, I'll look through and add if I haven't. I don't recall.
Yeah, that would be helpful. But yeah, that's weird. Devon, it wasn't on your calendar?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Okay. I knew I did it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, it was weird not to see them. Whatever. Maybe Hannah accidentally did it.
Well, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devon.
I'm Brittany.
I'm the redhead half of the podcast.
Oh my god, wait, how fun. I need to dye my hair brown now.
Yeah, you do.
I love it. Like
then we can be the Powder Puff Girls or Power Puff Girls.
Wait, that'd be such a cute costume.
That would be. Would you dye your hair black, Maggie?
No, but I do want to do brown. Look how bad my roots are. They're so bad, and I have to wait till November.
Can she shadow root you so it's like less aggressive next time?
I'm gonna go like more brown. I just wanted to do blonde more for the wedding, and then I want to go back to like 2 years ago when it was more natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I have a good base.
Yeah,
I love yours.
It definitely feels darker, but it blends really nice.
Yeah, it was just like because I specifically for the wedding wanted to go as much to the root as possible, but then I didn't really think about that after the fact it would look like shit.
Yeah. No, I think it makes complete sense for wedding hair to be blonde. When did you decide to do red? Like, did you just make an appointment or like you knew you were doing it like far in advance?
I've had this appointment, but I didn't really know what I was going to do. I didn't really love my dark hair. Like, I know a lot of people liked it, but I didn't love it on me. Yeah. So I've been thinking about trying red. And then I saw on Pinterest, like, people just kind of having like red copper highlights kind of. Yeah. And so I showed her a picture and that's what we did. And she lightened it and then but she did red all over, not just on the lightened parts.
Wait, so did she put bleach in it?
She called it a lightener. So.
Okay.
A lifter. I would be so curious, like, after this time, if you, like, do more of a permanent red dye. Yeah. Because I didn't realize, like, toners are, like, semi-permanent. Mm-hmm. So they
like just the toner's red, not like the dye.
Toned it red, yeah.
Also, like, this is the one thing I remember from, like, early on in, like, when I started getting my hair colored. But the red particles are, like, bigger. And so I guess they're, like, harder to, like, get in your hair. And they're, like, you know, so they kind of, like, go away faster.
I'm afraid to wash my hair. Like, I love this color so much. I don't want it to go away.
Do they have like a shampoo, like purple shampoo, but that helps with red or something?
She just told me like not to use clarifying shampoos and like she like kind of told me stuff to stay away from. I asked her if I could use my Briogeo charcoal mask. She said that's fine.
Okay.
Good. So
I wonder if that's why my bottoms feel so much lighter, because I've been using that apple cider vinegar apple cider vinegar whey shampoo.
It might be like the extensions are taking it differently than your actual hair.
Yeah, it is different hair. But it was so weird when I was getting my hair done. You know, usually when you're in the chair, even if you have full makeup on, you feel so ugly. Like, especially when your hair is all wet and there's just like color sitting on it and stuff. As soon as she started putting the color on my hair, I was like, oh my God, I feel beautiful. Like my hair was like soaking wet and combed back, and like just seeing like the bits of red, I was like, oh my God, I am obsessed. Like this is
it.
It makes your like skin and eyes pop so well. Like it goes like so perfectly with your skin.
Yeah, it like makes you feel tanner.
Yeah, like
I think a lot of people can actually pull off red. It's just like obviously kind of scary, but yeah, it makes your skin look so good. I don't know.
I really love it.
That's sick. I think
you should ask her about more permanent for next time.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Because my friend Valerie had like so much trouble getting the red out of her hair to go back to blonde.
Oh, really?
And then she's the one.
Well, maybe that's why she did toner and not like dye.
That would make sense.
That's fair.
I think she always does toner though. I don't really think she uses like permanent dye. Like all the other times I've done my hair, it was toner.
Like how I forgot like there was permanent dye. Like just in general. I was like, wait, this is like there's different levels to this. Because when my hair guy like accidentally did I tell you he like made me like have purple hair kind of?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know why. I was like catastrophizing the whole thing. And he was like, no, it's like an easy lift. I just like pull it out. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, it's okay.
It was probably because you were scared because of me from my experience.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want it to stay.
Well, no, he was like fine. He was like, he knew it was fucked up. He was like,
I think that's the difference.
But I think I didn't know what the process was to fix it. So I was like anticipating like really not good situation.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
So which of Joe's friends are coming?
His friends. So it's like one of his best friends that he met from study abroad when he was in London.
That's so sick.
They like he introduced him to like other friends, and like so now they're a big group.
So are they like just boys, or it's like a couple?
Yeah, just the guys. So they live in Minneapolis, Dallas, and Chicago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like a reunion.
So they did it last year. It was really fun.
Wow, good for them for being able to plan and
boys,
get together. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
They just like, locked it in pretty early, like 6 months plus ago.
Wow.
And then one of their wives, like, never mind. I'll link that for my Patreon.
You say on Patreon.
Yeah, I'll say it on Patreon.
Okay. Speaking of, join our Patreon, patreon.com/sogladwerefriends.
Get all the teas.
Yeah, I really like all of them, and like it was fun to hang out with them too, because they're like friends like that they want to like hang out with me versus like they're awkward or like weird or like have trouble holding conversations about like normal stuff, you know?
Yeah, I hate that.
So I'll like be a little hostess.
Yeah, that's kind of fun when there's just boys. It's like
I do love it. One of the guys like texted Joe. He's like, "I've been dreaming about the sandwich Britt made last year." And I was like,
"Oh,
I would love to make
sandwich did you make?
What
sandwich did you make?
I think I made like a turkey BLT on like really good like rustic like French
homemade
bread.
sourdough.
And
that sounds good.
I didn't do it on like sourdough. I don't know if Joe had made it or not, but and then I did like smoked turkey, bacon, tomato, lettuce, mayo.
Wow.
And I think I might even put cheese on it too. Very good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Delicious.
I want a chicken salad sandwich.
I know. Oh my god, I cannot wait to get that chicken salad sandwich at the country club.
Same. I need it.
That's exciting.
Maggie, how's your trip?
It was so good. I was just thinking, we were like, as we were around and stuff, we were like, damn, we wish we did a study abroad thing. Like, it was so cool to see younger kids or be like, damn, that would have been such a cool opportunity to like spend months and months abroad, because it seems so much easier to just like hop around once you're there. Obviously, like everything is so close together.
Yeah, I agree. And like you get to just immerse yourself so much more into the city itself. Like you get to just like have your coffee shops and like yours where you get like, you know, a quick grab and go food or whatever. Yeah,
for sure. Like that sounds so fun. I don't even know like if I'm sure my college did that, but like I never even researched it or anything. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's for like certain majors too or something, or
I think
just
anyone
for everybody.
Can do it. You just have to figure out like what credits you're going to take there. I think it is tough for some majors though, because you have to like make sure that you're not like, because I had a lot of labs with my classes.
I so like hate
that's
labs.
Hard to do with like the classes I was taking, but other classes like you would probably just wait or stack your schedule with like other things.
Yeah, that would be so cool. But it was really, really fun. It was a lot less scary than I thought, first of all. Like, everything is in English. It's like they very much cater to Americans, like, everywhere. Like,
good.
And then it was funny, like, being back in America, we were like, oh my God, we cater to nobody. Like, I was, when we were back in our airport and reading the signs and stuff, I was like, this would be so confusing. Like, there was a woman from Turkey, and she was traveling alone with her 2 kids, and she, like, asked me to hold her daughter down the escalator because the daughter was tired. I was like, sure. So I was like, can I pick you up?
Wait, what the fuck, man?
It was a little weird. It was a little.
How
Cameron
old was
just
this
like
child?
dipped. Like Cameron was like, no. He took my stuff and walked away. Because I don't know. I guess I'm scared sometimes of like how they say women are like involved now in like trafficking or like in these ways. But she just had 2 little kids and she was all by herself. So I was like, sure, I'll pick up your daughter. And I picked her up. She was probably like 3 or 4. And she just like laid on my shoulder. Like she immediately like went back to sleep. I was like, it was so cute.
Oh my gosh.
But like she couldn't read any of the signs. She couldn't like notice anything. I was like, damn, that would be so confusing. Because like everything in Italy had English underneath it. So
and it's totally so brave for these people to fucking come here.
Like, so brave. I saw a few men on the Turkey airplane with their hair transplants. That was fun.
Oh my god! Yeah. I just saw a TikTok of that with like all these guys.
I did when I was on the plane. I saw the TikTok. Why?
That
just the
so
look of
funny.
it.
Ugh, it's like there's some things like a bunch of ants. Like I hate.
It's like trichotillomania or whatever. The like little holes. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know?
Ew, I'm like wanted to barf just thinking about this. A new topic.
Yeah, it was funny. But it was so fun. Rome was like amazing. We stayed near the Colosseum, which like I really liked because it was cool to see it frequently because I like that like history and stuff, and that's what Cameron was like most excited for. But apparently that neighborhood's like not the best for like traditional or authentic type things. It's more of a touristy area. So like,
which is a good way to start out, I feel like, being in a touristy spot.
I agree. Like I did like that. At first we were like, because the food wasn't as good in Rome like the first day or so, because we kept looking up all these places that were like on TikTok or that we wrote down, and they were like so far away. And so we would either have to take an Uber, which there was Ubers in Rome. So that was also really easy. It was like a Rome Uber, but it was like also taxis in the Uber app. So it was very easy.
Cool.
But yeah, so the food was like not as great the first day. And then also we didn't make reservations really anywhere for the whole trip because I don't like pre-deciding. Like I'm like, I don't know how I'll feel. I don't know what time I want to go out.
I think that's really hard. Like traveling and making reservations like that, unless you know for sure, like, okay, on Thursday, like we'll be here for, you know, this will be our third day and like it'll be fine. But if you're popping to like different cities and stuff like you guys were, I think that's just hard.
Yeah, because you like don't know when you'll want to go out and stuff, or like what time for anything. So we didn't make reservations in Rome at all, and that was probably a mistake because there's this one place by the Colosseum that's like popular. It's like a little cocktail bar. Also, what's so fun is you get snacks every time you order a drink. It's called aperitivo, and you get little snacks. Like it was so fun. Like nuts and chips and pretzel type things, olives,
meat.
Yeah, meat sometimes. It was so cool. But then it was like a lot. Like at one hotel, every time we got a drink, they'd give you a new bag of chips, and we just had like 7 bags of chips in like a little beach bag.
Like included with your drinks?
Like it's That's just cool. Included in the drink. It's super cool. Everything was so cheap. Like we had lunch one day. We both got pasta, 2 Cokes, and a bottled water because you have to buy water everywhere. That's like a thing. And it was $18
over there
for the whole lunch.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Did you try any of the seafood?
No, of course not. Cameron had a beef tartare. Yeah, it looked
Did you try
good?
It?
No.
I've only had it once. I like really can't get my mind wrapped around it though.
Is that the raw meat or whatever?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It looked not like the presentation was beautiful, but
I would want to try it though. I want to try it.
I think it's good to try once, but I've seen it on the menu like countless times and I'm just like I don't think I can do it.
Yeah. We did like a fancy dinner at one of the hotels one night, and that was the night he got the beef tartare, but they give you a little appetizer and it was basically like a single mozzarella stick. But it was so cute. It was really good. Loved it. Oh, and then also at the last hotel, the most expensive hotel that we like splurged on. First of all, they upgraded our room, so that was
That's
sick.
So nice.
Like it was the coolest room. I feel like probably
so cool.
in the whole hotel. Like it was amazing. It had like multiple bedrooms.
Oh my god.
A jacuzzi tub like that had like fake stars on the roof, like the light up stars. Not like the like sticky ones, but like it was pretty. It was like
glow in the dark,
Rolls Royce or something.
Yes, like that. Yes, exactly.
I've just seen the Kardashians.
Yeah, it was so cute. But we charged everything to our room there, and we had 2 fancy dinners.
Oh no.
Multiple drinks, like so many drinks there by the pool and stuff. We went to check out and they were like, "You're all paid."
What?
And like we still don't understand. I was like,
did you have a card on file?
So I paid for that hotel before we left for the trip, and I'm pretty sure I paid from my debit card. Like I'm 99% sure. I might have paid off the amount on our credit card and then charged it, so there's like a small chance that they have our credit card. But I keep checking every day and they haven't charged anything, and it's probably like $500 or $600. But I was like, "Are you sure?" And Cameron's like, "Yeah, let's go." So that would be cool.
He's
if
like,
they don't end up charging us. Yeah, I'm like the kid in class. I'm like, "We had homework."
Yeah. You said there was going to be a pop quiz.
Yeah, that's so me. But it was like so fun.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was genuinely perfect, and I think we did everything in the perfect order. Of like Rome was very much doing stuff every single day, like back to back. And then it was like chilling the rest of the time.
Can't wait for your itineraries.
I know.
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel weird though. Like I'll like share what we did and stuff, but it's like I don't like when people go somewhere one time and then they're like, "You have to do this. This is the best. This is the best. This." It's like you don't really know that. You went to one place.
But I think it's helpful though, like especially for like the type of travel you did, it is helpful to be like, we really like this place. Like it doesn't, you don't have to be like, this was the best food ever in Rome, but like if you're like, we really enjoyed this cocktail bar, or like we really enjoyed blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Or like, saying we enjoyed doing our trip in this order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think little tip things, or like things that we learned or thought would be one way and then they weren't. Like the English thing, there was a point. Oh, so at one point, so we went from Rome to Sorrento, and we had to take a train and then a bus from the train. So we like take the train initially, and like while we're on the train, it stops for a second, but it wasn't like a stop. Like we started to get up, and the girl was like, "No, we're not stopping here. Like we're just, I don't know, pausing for a second or something. I have no idea." So we kept going for like 10 minutes, get off on the stop. Nobody there spoke English. Like I don't even know what city we were in, but literally nobody. Like I had to ask a police officer for a question, and he like pointed us in the right direction, but you could tell like he didn't really understand. Like when people are like, yeah, but you can tell they just have no idea what the fuck you're saying. So it turned out we were supposed to get off at the stop before that, not that stop
that people said that we're not stopping at.
Yeah. So like I still don't understand how we would have gotten off, but
I think so. One thing I did learn about, and I remembered, not learned about, but like I remembered, is there are express trains and there are like regular trains, and you have to figure out, and this is even like with the subway too. Like when I was in New York, I like didn't realize I was on a express train, but express trains will like go past like all the stops. Yeah. And only stop at like select things. So
yeah, maybe that was the case or something, because it didn't say that there were any stops on the thing whatsoever. So I really have no idea. But so we're like at the bus station that the cop pointed us to, waiting for the bus, and it's like 1 p.m. and it's supposed to come at 1 p.m. and it's like not there at all. And we were like, we feel like something's wrong. And then we like checked the name, triple checked it, and it was wrong. But there's a really easy app. Caroline showed me this app. It's called like Omeo or something. To book like ferries, trains, buses, all of it. You like search whatever city, and then it gives you multiple options. So that was so helpful, that app, like for everything. So we just quickly booked another train from that place that we were already at. And that train was horrible. It was like, I don't know if it was like a super cheap train service or something, but it was like we all had to wait in one area, and the employee is like, I'm gonna walk you all downstairs at the same time. So it was just like herds of people, and then there was no luggage space, so we just had to sit like with the giant suitcase like on our laps.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I ended up not being able to
probably
fit
don't
in
think about. Yeah, no. Like the luggage having, like I see Victoria Paris hauling around 2 huge suitcases when she travels.
I don't know how she does that, because like I don't carry my suitcase. Like Cameron carries it for me. I don't know how I could not do that.
Well, especially it's also the other thing is like they're typically probably really heavy suitcases, and you're not just going over like even sidewalk. You're going over like cobblestones and like places that don't have elevators, and like
I would say there's not one even sidewalk whatsoever. Like no even sidewalks. Something that was really cool was the bathrooms. Like every stall and everything is like all the way to the floor, which I loved.
That's nice.
Like it feels very private. And then the sinks were like every single sink has the automated water, soap, and air dryer.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's
at
cool.
Each individual sink is super cool. Loved that.
Did you use a bidet?
I did not. There were
your
bidets
hotel
at
have
everyone. It? Yeah, everywhere.
That's
had
so
one.
Nice.
Oh, some of the toilets were like,
Joe freaking loves a bidet. He's like, I get so clean.
I'm just scared. My parents have one like on their toilet, like added on. It just feels scary.
I want
to try sense. Like it totally makes sense. Like if you get shit on your arm, you wouldn't wipe it dry. I think you still use toilet paper, right? Or no?
Yeah, to like dry it off.
Wouldn't it like? I guess it's not like as wet as I'm thinking.
If you like use one single, it seems like, very wet. It'd probably like stick to you, but
interesting. Oh, and also the toilet paper at a lot of places is like singular sheets, probably to like help with the waste, which is kind of cool. I don't know, but some of the toilets,
that's why people need to be washing their hands though, because they're using one sheet and it's getting onto their hands. Sure.
Well, you can still grab like several, but like that way you're not like wrapping it around your hand like a lot. But some of the toilets have like no toilet seat. Like it looks as though you're supposed to like squat. Like it's very wide. But I was thinking like, what do kids do?
Oh yeah.
Like you would just fall in. Like I could have fell in if I wasn't like squatting.
Huh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, super weird.
What was your favorite city or like favorite part of the trip?
I think Sorrento for sure. It was like so pretty. And Sorrento, like people recommended it to us. My friend Catherine and her husband Arturo, her family goes on like Italy trips all the time, like growing up and stuff.
Oh,
so her dad really helped. Because first of all, the last day we were supposed to stay in Praiano the whole time and then go to our airport that same day, and her dad was like, that's not possible, like you guys need to stay in Naples the night before, like you would not make it for sure. And I'm so happy, like we switched that like 2 weeks before. I'm so glad we did that because like we would have not made it whatsoever.
That's the sort of information that just so helpful.
Yeah, because you think there's like there are ferries running constantly and stuff, but it was also raining on that day that we were supposed to leave, so the ferries were no longer running.
Oh my God.
So the hotel, luckily, that was also a really benefit. I'm really glad we stayed at hotels and not Airbnbs because like they were so helpful, like service wise and just doing everything. And the hotels offered like free taxis to like lunch and stuff like that. So that was like
nice.
Just very
I feel like
service based.
In a city like that, you're like not really, you don't really want to be at the hotel that much. Like,
yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense to get like an Airbnb where you can like cook and
exactly.
You're
like, not trying to like cook.
Yeah, you want to like experience more. So like, I think,
and there was free breakfast every day, so that was helpful too. It's like just another meal you don't have to plan or think about to be like, oh, we need to go out to this breakfast place. And in Italy, breakfast, you would hate it, Brittany. There's no protein. Like that, it was so hard to find any sources of protein. Like there's just all carbs, everything. Like breakfast is like basically only pastries. Like the hotels had eggs and bacon somewhat, but like at other places like cafes and stuff, like there's no like breakfast sandwiches, there's no things like that. Like it's like croissants and cappuccinos. And the cappuccinos were really good, but like I did miss vanilla and like forms of sweetness in coffee.
Do they not have any sweet coffee?
No, they have like one, I forget what it's called. It's like a matcha something, I don't know.
Macchiato?
It's not a macchiato, but it sounds similar to a macchiato, but
Macchiato.
It's like possibly it has like mocha in it, and I ordered one, but it was like maybe something like that.
Up, though.
Yeah. You just know Italian.
Like, I've never heard that, but it makes sense.
But online it said to order it because it's like a mocha, so I did, but it was just like a little cup of tiny espresso with some chocolate in it. Like the cup was like this big.
And I'm sure the chocolate was like bitter.
Yeah, very much so. They didn't have cocoa powder. No. So I just would add cocoa powder to everything.
I forgot about mochas. I used to get those like when I was younger.
My dad liked mochas for a long time. Like that was like his like sweet coffee order. But I never like really was into them. Like
I love them.
They're like so rich.
Yeah, it was like when I graduated from hot chocolate and wanted some caffeine in my coffee. So I'll get a mocha. Well, my mom used to get them too, so
I started with like cappuccinos. Not cappuccinos, the frappuccinos. The coffee frappuccinos.
Yeah.
I started getting chocolate milk at Starbucks, so then that just transferred to a nice mocha.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I do recall like one time I was with my cousin who's like, she might be 8 to 10 years older than me. So like I was trying to like, you know, I'm like, she's so cool, like I want to be like her. And she took us out for like a shopping day in London, and she got a coffee, and I don't remember what I ordered, but it was like probably some coffee frappuccino or something, but they like heavy on the coffee. And I remember getting it and like just trying to choke it down, and she's like, do you not like that? And I was like, it's fine, I love it. Like,
I love it. What do you mean? This is just my face.
But like I just remember how bitter it was and like how much I did not want to drink it at all. But like wanted to impress her, so I was like, I love coffee. Like coffee's so cool.
Oh yeah, at our cooking class it was called spaghetti and spritz, and so they teach you to make carbonara and cacio e pepe and then 3 different spritz drinks the whole time. So the Campari spritz was so gross. Like it was so
I do not do
bitter.
Campari.
But I realized that that's last Halloween when me and Victoria made that drink and that video went viral of us trying the spritz. We went to Trader Joe's and got Aperol and they were like, we don't have Aperol, but this is like the same thing.
No,
I guarantee now that was Campari.
Oh my God.
It's so gross. Like it was so bitter.
Campari
like,
is so bitter. Like I don't think I'll ever like a Negroni because of that.
Oh, it's in a Negroni.
Yeah, I forgot what the things are. It's a lot of bitter shit, but like
it's like the definition of bitter. Like I can't.
Yeah, it is literally just bitter. Like because like one of the things I do sometimes if it's like a cocktail bar, and the bartenders just like know a lot of different drinks, I'll tell them like I like gimlets, I like this, but I don't like super booze heavy or Campari. Like I don't like Campari.
Booze heavy?
Yeah, so like there's a lot of cocktails where like it's just all booze. Like a martini is very like booze heavy and I only like certain types of martinis. So I'm like, don't make me something that's like too much like that. But the Campari is like a common one. Like if I mention gin, they're like, oh, we have like this sort of Campari mixture. And I'm like, don't give me anything Campari. And then they like steer away from like the bitterness of cocktails like that.
That makes sense.
I'm so excited to take you to one of those cool cocktail
I know.
bars.
Is that where we're going to go on
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
What place are you thinking?
Yeah.
Do I know
Undertow?
it? Oh, no, I don't know it.
It's
Sounds
like
cute.
It's like an immersive, like you're on a pirate ship.
Oh my God,
it's super cool. Or they have a train one too, but those drinks are like not as fun.
So are these ones going to be like rum based?
They have everything, but yeah, a lot of them are rum based.
I've been really into rum cocktails this summer.
Oh, perfect.
Do
I
the
usually try to find the
servers dress
vodka one, but I mean, they aren't like wearing an eye patch or anything, but yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
That'll be so fun.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
How are you feeling about your birthday?
I'm like excited to like I'm gonna go shopping and stuff on Monday, and then I'm excited to see you and stuff. But it's also weird because I want to do stuff with people for my birthday, but like I don't want to be the one to plan it. And like when people can't accommodate you, it feels a lot more like rejection when it's your birthday.
Yes.
It's like, okay, cool. Well, then fuck me, I guess, you know?
Just do something by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
is your family busy on your birthday or?
Well, on my birthday, it's on Monday, so I'm just going shopping with my mom, Logan, Lexi, and we're gonna like go to bars and stuff.
Well, that's fun.
But on the weekend, like I want to do something with my uncles and Jake and Peyton and stuff, and nobody's like, I don't know.
What can you ask? Can you just be like, can I just have nephew time or something?
I feel like you could just tell your dad, like, hey, I want to celebrate my birthday. Can you plan something? Because
that's very bold, but a great way of saying it.
Well, I don't even know what I'm doing with my dad. I'm more like my mom's side of the family thing.
Oh, your uncle's on that side of the family?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was thinking your dad and
my
his
dad's brother. Yeah.
Or I just think of your dad because I feel like he cooks more.
Yeah, and he always plans birthday parties for his friends at his house, and he hasn't even like spoken to me about my birthday.
Does he have a lot of friends?
He has his like group of friends. Like we're going for my dad's birthday. Actually, we're going up to Flagstaff, and we got like this huge Airbnb, and all of his friends are coming. So like, I don't know.
I think Brittany's right. You could really say it like that, but that's just like so.
But like, I know exactly what you just said. You're like, oh, I don't want to ask somebody to plan it, but like, I feel like there's a little bit of a difference of like, hey, this is what would be like nice. And then let them run with it versus like you planning every detail and like you know what I mean? So like asking for them to plan something is at least like the right direction versus like them doing nothing at all.
Yeah, and I already we tried to do a trip to Sedona and nobody could make it work, and I was like, okay, well then fuck this, like nobody can prioritize me for one fucking weekend.
Yeah.
So then it just
do you think people don't think of it like ahead of time? Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like in my family, it's like, oh, it's different living away.
I mean, I haven't. I did try to plan that trip last minute and stuff, but
But they should
like
be
they know when
doing
my
it ahead of
birthday
time. I
is.
mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like for my sisters, of September 1st, it's like several weeks before my family asked her, like, what do you want to do for your birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
I do feel like, I don't know. This is like, I go back to Maggie's. Maggie should take a lesson on this because I
was just gonna
think
say
it was I'm like so impacted by it from my birthday this year that like Joe did everything that I like wanted and more.
Yeah.
And it was just like so special because I just like said everything I wanted, and I said it like months in advance too.
Yeah,
so it
that's
wasn't
what
like
helps.
I'm
not asking for a lot. Like I don't need.
Yeah,
but
I did want a lot. Like I wanted a lot to happen, and so like saying that way ahead of time, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was weird to like practice.
Well, I can't even get these assholes to have like a Saturday off, so.
But like, what are they doing?
Well, Peyton's grandma's in town. But it's like, okay, well, it's my birthday, so can you leave grandma for 3 hours, yeah. And they like aren't even responding in the group chats and stuff, so it's like, okay, well then fuck you.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn, I would go to Sedona for you.
Yeah, can you guys come surprise me?
Brittany literally is. But it's just not a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, my birthday, I'm doing stuff on my actual birthday, but it's like the
Monday
birthday weekend
suck.
is like,
yeah.
Cool. It's just going to be
any like holiday
weekend.
Birthday, you want to like celebrate before, like you want to have like a weekend to celebrate.
Yeah.
Or like a week or a month to just celebrate the whole birthday.
Or just a month.
I prefer a month.
That's how I used to be when I was like younger. It'd at least be like 2 full weeks if it's my birthday, especially because like I had a whole birthday party at my mom's house and then the next weekend a whole birthday party at my dad's house,
That's so nice. Yeah. I think you just need to bring it back to the 2 week, 3 week long birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You can make a cute video of like celebrating yourself or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just impossible not to get sad.
I know.
The few days before. I feel like even if you have so much planned, it still happens.
I know.
But you have
also
new
my
hair,
cousin's
so.
like freaking out of town. It's just like, okay, cool. Nobody is doing anything.
I feel like it is a hard, like I feel like summer birthdays are probably a lot harder of like people being busy or gone, even though I guess it's like the end of summer.
Yeah, it's not summer anymore.
When is it actually the first day of fall?
The 21st, 2nd, 3rd of September or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I think it is actually a bit of a difference though? I think it's birthdays in your adult life because people are just so fucking busy and consumed with their own shit, and like not to blame them because like it's like so easy to be wrapped up in like your everyday life and like what's happening for you. And I think especially like if I think about this just kind of in terms of like all my friendships are like mainly long distance, and that makes it even harder. But like even in person, like it just seems like everybody's lives are so busy all the time. So it's like if we want to do something, it's like it really does need to be more planned.
Yeah.
And it's like making intentional time for those people too.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what I think we talked about it a few weeks ago, of like the single thing too, of like now there's weddings or all these other big events where it's like birthdays get deprioritized almost.
Yeah. But that's also another thing though, on the whole note of like singlehood, or just like even just not doing a lot of like traditional things like getting engaged, getting married, having a baby, like all of those things. Like I think it really is important to like celebrate your friends for like other things and like really let them know that you're proud or excited of them. Like one of my friends, like she shares like her progress in her like real estate agent business, and anytime she does, I send her a text. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you, I'm so like, congratulations, this is so exciting. And even though she's like getting married and she's engaged and stuff, like I think it's important to put an emphasis on those things. Like, hey Devon, like you're almost at 300K on Instagram, like, so it's like those are like little milestones, like those are milestones for you that like people should celebrate you for, in addition to like your birthday. And your birthday, they should like hype it the fuck up because You're not having a baby
I'm
right
not.
now. You're not getting engaged. You're not getting married. Like, so those other milestones that other people just get like a lot of praise and celebration for, it's just like you fall to the wayside, and people can put that effort into you now.
That is though, like, you need to say that, like how you just said, the real estate friend like posts it. Like, it's like you need to still tell people about those.
But I guarantee, like, maybe not. Maybe this is me just projecting, but I guarantee if Devon like posted like, oh my god, I got like 300K, like, I don't know, like, do you think your close people would celebrate you in like that big way?
Not in a big way. Be like, oh, congrats, awesome.
Yeah, but I think that's where you should be celebrated more.
Yeah,
for sure. And it's like a birthday is like symbolism of accomplishing those things by the certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure it'll be a good day.
I just think that, like, for people like myself that, like, I may or may not have kids, I'm like, I want to be celebrated more in my life. And I don't want to be celebrated just because
Yeah, like Maggie got to have a huge ass expensive party. And I mean, who knows if I'll get married? So, like, can I have one for no reason?
I think everyone should have that for sure. It's literally somebody commented on one of my TikToks or something like, "This is just like a expensive birthday party," and I was like, straight up, it really is. Like, you just, it's just the opportunity to throw like a giant birthday party where people more so like have to come. Like, because
maybe I should do that for my birthday next year.
Dude, you should.
I think you should.
And make people give speeches.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I definitely think that's important. Because there's one podcast that I listened to, her husband just turned 40, and they like had a massive birthday party in Cabo with like, it was like a 4-day event. Like, they had a bunch of stuff.
I love
they
that.
Like joked that it was like Simon's wedding. And it was like
cute.
I know, but I was like, this is something that can be done like more often.
Do you feel like your parents did that? Like, when I was little, I have more memories of like my parents both had giant 40th birthday parties, like with all their friends and stuff.
Yeah, my parents definitely had a big 40th.
Yeah, but like they don't do that anymore.
Your parents don't do that anymore?
Mm-mm.
Maybe they don't want to celebrate 50 plus.
Anytime there's a new decade, I feel like my family does something.
They're like,
we're done. It is just weird though. Like, I still think of my parents as 40 something. I'm like, my mom's gonna be 60. That's so crazy.
I know.
Maybe they were just saving for your wedding.
That's the problem. I told my parents, I was like, if you don't go to Italy next year, like, we will have an issue. Like, I need you to go. I will book everything for you. Like, you need to do something for yourself, please.
That's so funny. Is that your mom?
Yeah. And my stepdad's like from, like, he's not from Italy, but his family is. So like, they really want to go and do like northern Italy and stuff.
Like his parents are?
Probably like his grandparents. I think.
Okay, that's cool.
Maybe his dad lived there at some point. I don't know.
He's Italian.
He's definitely Italian.
That is fun. I feel like I want to go to New York every quarter now.
Yeah, I would love to go with both of you, but definitely, Brittany, I want to go with you and like make a work trip of it.
Yeah,
I think that
it was so fun, and there's like just so much energy in the city.
Yeah, I love it there.
Like, I stayed out until 2 a.m. Like, I don't do that ever.
Oh yeah, in New York, I would stay out until like 4. Like, I remember one time we went out and then we went and got food at like 4 a.m. Like, I got mac and cheese.
So it's just all
this
open?
Restaurant.
Yeah, there's like
do the bars stay
really
open
cool.
past 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be fun because I was like 16 when I went. So
yeah,
I know, but and it was like I kind of forgot just like how easy it is to navigate the city. Like, my friend told me to get this app that I don't know if other people in New York use, but City Mapper. It like did such a nice job of like telling you what trains and like different things to go on. That's awesome. Just made the whole process like really easy.
People said to get that for Italy too.
Yeah.
And you were there for such a short time.
I know, but I felt like I got so much done. I think I could do one more day and it would be like a very complete trip. But honestly, like, if I needed to do a short trip like that, like, the flight gets in at 1.
Yeah, you're lucky you're closer to it.
How far is the flight? or long?
3.5 hours.
Oh, that's
So
not bad
lucky.
at all. Wait, how is that
5
even
hours
possible?
for me. I know.
I feel like Colorado's not even that further.
I know.
It's like, but for you, from me to you, Maggie, it's like 2 hours and like something.
What about to Devon?
It's like an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Or less.
I don't freaking understand planes of like on the way home, our flight was 13 hours, and on the way there it was only 11. I don't understand
that's
that.
the like stream or whatever.
That just doesn't make sense to me. Like the
So it like
wind.
pushes the planes naturally, like faster.
Crazy.
But I also think what I've like, just because I've been flying more, each plane I think gets like a different like timing. Like they are instructive at about like, oh, you have to fly at X speed or whatever. So I think there's some like, depending on the flights and times of flights and how busy it is and all the other things, I feel like there is probably variance in like the timing of stuff.
I wish we could make planes just go a little bit faster. Like if my flight to New York was 3.5 hours, it would be such a difference to me. Like it would
move to Denver.
Yeah.
The flights like everywhere I go are so manageable.
Yeah.
Everything is like under 4 hours. And mostly so nice. Like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or less. Which I just think is the best.
What area did you stay in?
Tribeca.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know that I would stay there again, but it was good. It was like cheap and easy.
Yeah.
I also went during fucking Fashion Week, which is so dumb.
Yeah.
So like Ubers were like astronomical, like $75 an Uber.
Just for like a quick little drive?
No. Like for more of a drive, but still.
That's crazy though.
$75. I was like, this is
that
robbery.
Is crazy.
And so after like I did that Uber, I did 2 Ubers. And I was like, this is so absurd. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. So then I took the train every other time except for when I left the bar at 2 a.m. I took it.
Good call.
And it was like $30. So I was like, that's not bad.
Was that scary? Like, did you go with somebody on the way home?
What do you mean?
Like with a friend, or were you like just alone?
At 2 a.m.?
Uh-huh.
No, I took an Uber home at 2 a.m.
But like alone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like in an Uber?
Yeah. I'd be scared.
Really? Why?
I don't know, to get kidnapped.
In an Uber?
Yeah.
I mean, valid.
I don't know.
I've been seeing crazy stories. I just saw a few where it's like people, it shows like a woman's picking them up on the app, and then they get there and it's a man, and they still like get in and stuff. I'm like, I would not get in. I'd be like, sketchy. This isn't correct.
Yeah. I remember early days of Uber, there were a handful of times where like they used a different car, and so like the license plate didn't match up, and I was like,
no, that's sketchy.
I can't do it. Yeah. No, I think honestly though, one thing I like about New York is you're kind of invisible. And so like no one gives a fuck what you're doing. Like there's so many people there, like, and also there's so many different types of like ways people dress. And I was kind of like worried going in. I was like, oh my god, do I have like the right clothes? Like I don't have anything that's like super trendy, blah blah blah. And then I got there and I was like, wait, there's literally like everything under the sun here. No one cares. Like,
but especially with Fashion Week, like I feel like that's like, it's honestly my worst nightmare to go to Fashion Week. Like I would be so terrified of what to. I hate that. Like that feels so scary to be like, am I wearing the right thing? And like,
I would only go if like someone else was majorly planning things for me and like dressing me and stuff. Like I want to be treated like an important person, not like I don't know what to wear and I'm showing up and I don't know what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think like I don't know. And there's also Fashion Week has turned into something different where there's like so many more events now instead of just like the shows. So I definitely think it can be more fun for people. But it's just like so nice to like talk to people that I've like worked with just via email. And like I went to the 4 office on Thursday, and like I thought I was only meeting with one girl, but then there ended up being 3 of them there, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fun. It was just like they were all so nice, and it was just great to have like conversation with them. And then I met up with one of my friends is Jules' manager, like the very demure girl. So I met up with her, and like it was just cool to hear.
Did
like,
she get signed to Shine?
No, unless
who is
she
it?
just dropped her, but
no, I
Social Cafe Agency.
Maybe that's someone else I saw.
I need to double check because I hope not.
No, I'm sure she didn't get dropped. Like I saw this like a week ago, so it was probably a different person.
Yeah, she's like been working with her like for a long time, but like before she like wasn't getting brand deals and everything else.
That's
like,
cool.
She wasn't really getting business, and so
those are the people you stick with because they believed in you.
Yeah, overnight it just like fucking popped off.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, her like both of their lives like are completely changed.
Did she talk about the trademark thing?
No, I actually didn't ask her about that. We were just kind of talking about like how crazy, like, because everybody recognizes her, and so like it is kind of crazy just like the number of people that are coming up to her and like bombarding her, and like even influencers are like going crazy over her. Like they went to a party and like the influencers were going like nuts and trying to like take pictures, and my friend was like, just let us know if you like need to be and like need people to stop taking pictures and stuff for a minute.
That's so
but
crazy.
Also they're like using her, which is awkward because like
ew.
They want to have a very demure TikTok with the very demure jewels. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like overwhelming, but she's going to Milan Fashion Week. I hope that's announced. I mean, it should be.
This won't come out until a couple days, so.
Until a couple days.
And you know, we have so many listeners.
Well, look.
Somebody like works at a news outlet and posts it.
I know. I'll double check that. But yeah, I just think it's really cool.
So fun.
And I'm just like, it's just like, also it's such a fun industry. Like everyone wants to like, especially just in the manager world, I feel like sometimes influencers get catty and shitty, but like managers like love to hype each other up and like just like celebrate each other's success and just share all the highs and lows and everything.
And tips.
And tips and tricks and like, I don't know. It's just a different world.
That's so cool.
And so it's just like really, I just like feel so much joy and excitement for her.
Does doing these things like make you feel even like more proud of yourself or more like, I don't know, like secure in your business and feeling more like, oh, I'm really doing it?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think like having in-person connections and stuff just makes the business more fun and not so like ambiguous, because sometimes I think it's hard like via email, like doing so much business via email, you don't really like know where you stand with people, like and how they truly feel. Like even, and like I try and do phone calls whenever possible. Like I just did one this morning and it was like great to hear directly from them, because she's like, we're not going to do next quarter, like we're not going to work together with this person next quarter, but like it's not because of anything they are doing. Like we are just refreshing for one quarter and then we'll re-sign again in like January. And I'm like, it's so good to hear like, and she said a lot more things too about this like creator, and I was like, that is so helpful to hear, because I can confidently be like, this feels good and like this is going to happen in the future, and it's nothing that you could have done or changed. Like
because sometimes when a brand just straight up says
like,
not right now, then you start thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough, or like, what am I doing wrong, or like, you know, you blame yourself for whatever.
It's like the same as like texting a friend, where you just like can misinterpret the tone or misinterpret what they're saying, and then you have a phone call and you're like,
and then take it it's like a step further back, because it's email, and like when you're text messaging, it's like a little bit more friendly, but email is just like it's very to the point.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got drinks with the person I work with at Bark, and it was just like so fun. We like barely talked about business and mostly just like chatted and like just talked about all
I bet they're so
things.
cool and like funny.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's so fun.
Well, and like these people you have so much in common with, and that's why it's fun. You can just talk to them about everything for hours.
Yeah, I know. I think we did like a 2.5 hour lunch and like had a few drinks, and it was just like, and I literally messaged the person after. I was like, do you want to do happy hour instead of coffee? I was like praying she wanted to, because we were both kind of tipsy. I was like, let's do this. And then she was like, I have to do coffee. I was like, oh, that's fine. I was like, it'll be okay.
Why? What's the difference?
Sober you up.
Because I think she like had back-to-back meetings. Like she was on a call when we got there, did our meeting, and then jumped on another call like immediately after. So I understand not being able to do happy hour.
I guess.
Now that doesn't sound fun.
But even still, like different style of meeting. Like it was so fun to like just get to know her better and like learn more about her personal life and like about her dog and all the different things. So
that's so cool. And I feel like it says a lot of what company they work for too.
Yeah. It was
so cool.
So I definitely want to do more in the future. But I think it's hard. I think like 3, maybe you could do 4 meetings. Like if you had like a happy hour dinner, you know, like happy hour meeting. But I also think it would be a lot to do 4 in a day.
That's a lot of socializing too.
I loved it.
Yeah, honestly,
no,
like
you were thriving.
Maddie was like, I need like probably an hour and a half or 2 hours. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
That's how I would be too. But as an adult, my favorite type of traveling lately has been like where you're alone or like with Lexi when I went to Maggie's wedding, but you have like things that you have to be ready and therefore to meet up with other people, but you're not like with them the whole time.
Yeah.
It's fun. It feels like, I don't know, it keeps you going and I don't know, it's just different and fun.
Yeah. I mean, even like on our trips, it feels more like that kind of like.
Yeah, which we need to plan.
Yes.
I know. I really miss it.
Me too.
Was Denver literally this year?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Like, isn't that crazy? Doesn't it feel like so long ago?
Yeah.
It does. Palm Springs feels like forever and ever ago. That was
my favorite.
I know. I really want to go back to Palm Springs. Like, it was so pretty.
I do too.
But we should go somewhere else.
No, we should, but like, it's just so pretty.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun.
We'll find a place.
I need to tell you guys my embarrassing movie theater story.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Okay, so I was going to see Beetlejuice.
Yes,
Beetlejuice. Yeah, I got a 4:15 ticket or whatever, and I always wait until the last minute to start getting ready to do things, and then I'm like, fuck, I need to hurry up. And so I decided that I needed to vlog this because, I mean, that video that I posted 2 days ago has 100,000 views. Like, I don't know, people like to see me go to the movies alone. So I was like, okay, I need to vlog this. And so obviously I'm running late, and then I get to the theater and I'm like, I need to like not be afraid to vlog myself in person. Like, I need to be filming stuff and so that I can make a good vlog. And so I'm walking to the theater and I see Beetlejuice at the top screen and I'm like, okay, this is the theater. And I walk in, I'm like videoing myself walking in and stuff. And I walk in and the movie's already playing. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was that late. Like, Catherine O'Hara's on the screen and everything. And we're like in the meat of the movie. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the time because I was just worried about filming. And so I was like, I guess I'm really late. The movie already started.
But you didn't look at your phone time at that point.
I knew what time my movie started. It was 4:15.
Okay.
And yeah, I didn't look at the time on my phone. I don't know why. Okay. I was just like, in a hurry, I need to get to my seat, whatever. And so I go up I find my seat. I get to my row and I had a seat on the end and there's a little boy sitting in my seat. And I was like, I started to panic. I was like, oh my God, someone's in my seat. Like, this is my worst nightmare. I have to tell them. Like, and the theater was full. And I was like, there's nowhere that I could just sit. Like, this is so embarrassing. And like this little boy, so I'm standing there and then like his parents look over and I was like, this is my seat. And so then I'm just like standing there and they're kind of like ignoring me for a while. And like, I'm still standing there like, oh my God, I'm like literally shaking. Awkward. Like, I don't know what to do because someone's in my seat. And then like literally feels like I'm staying there forever. And then finally the dad, who's like 3 seats down, gets up and like they were looking for their movie ticket and confirmation and stuff. And so then he gets up and comes over to me. And at this point, as he's coming over to me, I'm like, fuck, did I go in the wrong theater?
Oh no.
And so he comes over to me and he's like, we have this seat. And he's like, are you sure you're in the right theater? And at that moment, I was like, fuck. I was in the wrong theater. I went, my theater was theater 2, and I went into theater 1 because I was not paying attention.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. And so I was so embarrassed. I didn't tell anybody. Like, I have not told this story. And it was just like, I was like, it's okay. Like, we're going to forget about it. It's not a big deal. Like, they didn't even see my face. Like, nobody knows what happened or whatever.
You're like, Devon and Will.
Is that you?
And like, it was even like I was so embarrassed. And like, even like the next morning, I woke up and remembered that I did that. And like felt
it's
embarrassed.
like just really funny thinking kind of it being like the middle of the movie.
I know.
Like,
I know. That's what I think is
like,
the worst part of it is that like it wasn't like it was all done before things. Like you were like interrupting like multiple people around. Like not just like that person and the family, but like everyone's probably like turning around like, what's this girl doing? Like why is she here?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Did you check to see what time that one started?
It's in my video. I had a video of that one, and I think it started at 3:15.
So it was like a full hour later.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Was the movie good?
Yeah, it was good.
Great. Did you see the first one? I don't think I've ever seen it.
I watched the first one on Friday for the first time. I thought the second one was better. Yeah, it's good. It's like,
is it a sequel?
Silly and weird. Yeah.
Oh, so you kind of should watch the first one?
Think so.
Yeah.
Trisha's like obsessed with it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, she always does cosplay.
I love the actresses. Like,
who's in it?
Jenna Ortega, Catherine O'Hara, and oh my God, why am I blanking on her name?
The girl.
Start with a W. Willow.
Winona
Ryder.
Ryder. Yeah. Yes, I keep seeing like their interviews together on social media, and they're all so cute.
I love that
they love each other and stuff.
Have fun.
That's so goofy. Have you guys seen the Fall Guy? Fall Guy. Not Fall Guy.
Yes.
Fall Guy. I'm obsessed with that movie. Like I want more.
I've watched it twice.
I want to watch it again.
It was too intense for me.
What?
I don't like movies like that, like where like, oh, you gotta.
But to me, it wasn't like kill you. But it wasn't like so much action because it was like more. I don't know. It was more comedic.
More comedic, yeah. That's what I thought too.
But there was constantly action, and I love the ending of like how they show all the actual stunt people.
I know. That is so cool. Well, think about how complex the whole thing is. That like they're showing him do stunts, but then it's actually like a stunt person.
Like that's so crazy. Like that. It's very meta.
There's a stunt person for him acting as the stunt person.
It's so cool. And I love that like so many people have had the same stunt person for like their whole careers, or like that documentary about the Harry Potter one was so interesting. Because it's like you need to watch that one. He got paralyzed. It's so crazy.
Doing what? What did he get?
A stunt for Harry Potter.
Flying on a broom.
Like what stunt though?
Something like it was like yeah, they showed there was footage of like being pulled back onto a wall and like it went too fast or something and like hit him in a way that made him paralyzed. It's so crazy. And they basically like paid him out. Like
wow.
It's just so crazy how much they do of a movie and then get like almost no credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of crazy. Like one of the guy who shot our Free People ad, he is up for like a VMA for SZA's video. He got nominated for like director of photography or something. But it's like kind of cool that they do get like recognized in those settings, but it's just not as like mainstream.
Yeah.
But even then it's like you don't hear about that. It's like it's not like they get to go on stage or like
they do all those awards like before the show actually starts.
Yeah. They should do a whole award show for just like the behind the scenes people.
I would love that because I also think those careers too are very elusive to me. Like you don't really know what they actually do until you like see
so
them in
interesting
action.
And like makeup artists for movies, like all of that is so cool.
Yeah,
I think the Emmys do that, but nobody watches it because nobody cares.
Yeah,
that is true. It probably is like people, because it's like,
I know. Would we actually
like,
watch
who do
it?
you want
Probably
to
not.
win? It's like, you don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
That's funny. Fair. Do we want to talk about the VMAs on Patreon?
Yeah, let's start Patreon.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
thank you guys so much for listening. Did you see clips?
Some.
Okay. We also want to talk about The Perfect Couple. Did you watch that?
Yes. Also, I just want my flowers. I want my flowers that I said that was a good book.
I know you did.
She's a great author, and it's a great series.
I know you did. I know. I was going to give you my formal apology in Patreon, actually.
Thank me for the recommendation on the book.
It's so funny because I was going to your Goodreads, and I was like, I just read every book that you do like a few months later. It's just a pattern of me reading them several months later.
And being like, oh my God, I love this book. I found this book.
No, I know you did with The Perfect Couple. But then I didn't realize until I went to your Goodreads. I was like, oh, this is the Nantucket one she was talking about. Oh, that's funny.
It's fine.
Okay, well, go subscribe to our Patreon to hear a bonus episode. Last week's Patreon was so funny. I highly recommend you listening to it. I don't know why. It was just like we were all in a silly, goofy mood. Loved that one.
Goofy.
Yeah, and we also post a bonus Q&A for members only every month. So our August one is currently up if you would like to watch that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to watch our podcast. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube. I already said that. See you next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.